I met Napoleon 7 years ago when he first arrived in Vancouver, and we've given him shelter here. He works in my office every day, and he's part of our family. And we're really honored and privileged to have him here.
He truly has become a hero of mine and many others because of someone that has stood up for courage, someone that stood up for what is right. I also had the opportunity to go back to the place. I've been to Pasta de Concha with Steve and Yurki and others to witness this tragedy that has taken place, to see those widows sitting there looking for some form of hope, clutching the pictures of their loved ones, hoping that their bodies would be recovered. I've also been to Mexico at the Las Mineras conference and see how his members love, how the members love Napoleon Gomez, how they stand for him, and they continue to re-elect him to be the leader. This is a story that needs to be told around the world. This didn't happen by accident.
Napoleon Gomez was unanimously elected to the Executive Committee of Industrial Global Union, and he has served before that on the Global Executive Committee of the International Metalworkers Federation since 2005. We will stand by Los Mineros until the day when all the workers in Mexico have the right to join the union, when the Pasta Conchos victims get the justice, and when Napoleon Gomez can safely return to Mexico. Collapse of dignity is a powerful testimony to the attack by corrupt politicians and cynical businessmen to silence the union and its leader, Napoleon Gomez. It's a story about heroic workers who refuse to give up the fight for dignity and social justice. Read it. It's good reading.
Napoleon, you and your family are an inspiration to all miners. I not only lead a union of miners, but I am a miner and a coal miner. And coal miners are a bit special internationally.
And I think that those who suppressed, persecuted Napoleon were making an example for many trade unions in the world, never to rise against the greed and collusion of governments and employers at the expense of workers. His stand was not only for the workers of Mexico. His stand is global. Workers don't follow leaders unless if they believe in them. Workers don't trust leaders unless they are committed to their struggles. No amount of pressure, no amount of persecution, no amount of slander and lies would ever change the view of the Mexican workers to follow you as their leader. It doesn't matter where oppression occurs. It doesn't, the distance between countries should never be a hindrance for us to hear the voice of those in pain. The languages that we may speak should not be a deterrence from us to stand by each other. It is better to die for ideas that may live beyond your death than to live for those that will perish with you. I think this book will be what all workers should look at as a Bible.
You know, we are the strongest and the biggest private sector trade union in Mexico. We have 250,000 members at the national level. And we have been under this tremendous and tough oppression and repression from the Mexican government, colluded with some private mining and steel companies in Mexico. Our resistance has been possible for 3 or 4 main reasons, I would say. A strong commitment to defend and protect workers and human rights. The second reason why we have resisted is because I always had, and I don't know if this is the number one, the full support and love of my family. Fourthly, and most important, the powerful international solidarity from all my brothers and friends from the trade union movement in the whole world.
It takes a special person to stand up to that resistance. So it's a story about one man's love for workers, one man's love for his union. This is a story that needs to be told. It's about loyalty, it's about courage, about a basic instinct and a value and an understanding that the only thing workers really have is their dignity. And if they strip you of your dignity, you have nothing. When you go to work, the conditions you work on are in many ways more important than the money you make. Because if you go to work, you don't go there to die, you don't go there to get sick, you don't get to work in a mine so that you can be blown up and left behind. But in many more important ways, this is a story about love.